forgot and never brought to mind. Should all acquaintance be forgot and all anxiety?
Happy New Year and welcome to the first Great British Mickey Waffle of 2022. As the sound of the bells fade into the distance and that last-minute internet scramble for that second verse of Auld Lang Syne is still in your search history. What a better way of welcoming in the new year than saying hello and Happy New Year to my fellow wafflers. I'm John, and joining me this month are Ben.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Ben. And Becca.
Hello, Happy New Year. I hate to tell you this, I don't even know the first verse of Auld Lang Syne.
Becca!
I just kind of mouth along and hope I'm half right.
Just hung along and hope it's right.
Yeah. She's had so many drinks, it doesn't matter.
I think she's learned that
You
trick
to
from
play
you,
him
Claire.
the wrong lyrics moment.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Goodness. Look at that. The first moments of 2022, and we got another stunning revelation by a waffler.
Surely not.
Literally minutes in to January.
Exactly. Goodness. And we've got Peter.
Hello.
Happy New Year, Peter.
Happy New Year, Joy and Noel. That's Christmas.
That's
I know.
Christmas.
That's Christmas. Excellent. I'm going back in time. I've just buried all of that.
11 and a half months early.
I had to go to the tip to get rid of all of the stuff from that. So here we go.
I got you all. Yeah.
As I say, we skipped so far forward. We're now in
That's it.
December.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And we've got Jill.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Jill. And we've got Claire.
Evening. Do you know what? I'm so happy it is 2022. This time last year we were just like, goodbye 2020, come on 2021. I'm going for the next version, seeing whether 2022 is going to be a better option.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah. The problem is, it sounds a lot like it, because when you hear 2022, is it like 2022? Is it like
I know.
Ben.
Oh, no.
Stop talking right now.
Tempting.
Don't jinx it, mate.
I'm absolutely convinced.
Well, touch wood, we're not in
Yeah.
lockdown.
This year's going to be better.
So,
No.
yeah. Nothing could. I don't think anything could be worse than 2020.
Or 2021.
Oh, 2021. I'm with you on that, Claire, as well.
I'm wincing slightly. I'm really.
I'm twitching thinking of all of it. You think of everything that we've been through. It's a surprise. It's a surprise we've come through the other end of all of this.
Yeah.
It's the first day of the year. We've got to start strong and go with a positive approach.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I'm confident this year is going to be better.
It's going to be an amazing year. We're all going to go on holidays. We're all going to get to Disney World.
Yep.
We're all going to see our family,
We're all
and
gonna
it's
see
going to be
family.
better.
We're going to see friends.
Yeah.
Well, do you know something, guys? I think that's a really good place to start because I'm going to take us all back in time. I know Peter's tried to already. Yeah,
Further
we're going to go back in time to this time last year when we also made those those resolutions of things that you wanted to achieve in 2021. I'm looking back on that. I'm already thinking of it as an opportunity for an inquest as to where it all went wrong. For others, it's a reminder of facing adversity, overcoming lockdowns, border closures, and more in order to achieve those goals. So I'm going to put Ben in charge of randomly choosing a waffler to basically name and shame us as to whether or not we actually achieved our resolutions for last year.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with Claire for the first one. Claire, can you remember what yours was?
So I don't think I achieved the 2020 or the 2021. So I remember that 2020 was to see Fantasmic. Clearly that hasn't happened. And 2021 was to get to a park and meet some friends because you shamelessly went before me and stole my idea. So I obviously didn't do that either. So I don't think I achieved any of it, to be honest with you.
So you're in the inquest corner as well, Claire.
Right, I'm in just like you know what, complete failure.
There was a lot of trying, definitely a lot of trying to get your resolution on. It just didn't plan.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
So many trips cancelled. I'm now into double figures of cancelled trips.
Oh, goodness me.
Okay, 2022. We're here. It's the only way is
We'll
up.
get you there if we have to smuggle you in.
I'm going to row my way across the Atlantic if I have to.
That sounds a good idea.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I'll get there somehow.
Good.
Yeah. John, can you remember what your one was?
I can, Ben. I've got to admit, mine was a really good one because I went for that sort of, achievable one to begin with, about seeing family and friends and stuff like that. The second one, I actually felt, I'm in that similar position at the minute, that I'm going to start and make sure that gym membership that you generously provide to the gym each and every month.
You're going to get fit, weren't you, John?
I was going to get fit, yeah. And then 4 days after the podcast came out, we got locked down again. so from that moment
Went out the window.
Yeah.
Couch to 5K.
Yeah. It was
all of those
couch
things.
to another couch.
Or couch to the fridge.
Couch in the fridge. Yeah,
Couch
that's
to the
great.
fridge, yeah. Get another beer. Nobody's going to work tomorrow. That's it. We're all working from home. Let's just make good use of the couch, basically. So, yeah. So, mine.
Are you in my corner?
Yeah, very well. I'm worse than you, Claire.
You're in the naughty corner.
I'm in the naughty corner because I just never bothered. Once the gym reopened and I turned back up again, it must have been October, November time. It was like a New Year's party all again. It was a case of welcoming each other and going Happy New Year to people.
Who are you?
But I've not seen them. I've not seen them all the way through that time, and they'd been short. And so when I went with the intention of enjoying the last couple of months' worth of, making some form of effort, I just went for a swim and just enjoyed the relaxation part rather than the gym part. But hey, I got to see people I hadn't seen for ages. So,
John,
Peter,
you went to the gym.
Yeah, but the gym's got like a swimming pool.
Sauna, steam room, massage.
The whole building is called the gym.
The whole building is the gym.
Yeah.
Even if you only go to the bar, you went to the gym.
Strangely, I never go there. Never go there. That's it.
Our gym doesn't have a bar. It does have a coffee shop, though.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or one of our
And it's a Starbucks.
It's a Starbucks.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm missing out there.
Yeah.
What gym do you go to? That's a very posh one.
It's not our current gym. We used to go to Bannatyne's.
Yeah.
We weren't using it.
Yeah.
So we
Other
stopped.
gyms are available.
Other gyms are available.
As our coffee shops.
As our coffee shops.
Yeah. And for anyone who's hard of hearing, gins too.
In fact, personally, I would recommend the gym.
Last year. It was fine.
Yeah. That was the issue.
That was the backup. It's like, sorry, the gym's closed. What have we got? Oh, gin.
You know what?
That'll do. Sounds the same. That'll do.
You say it quickly on Zoom, it all sounds okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely in sort of having an inquest as to 2021. But hey,
come and join me on the naughty step.
Absolutely.
There's space for everyone.
I think it's going to be a crowded naughty step.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I couldn't possibly
More naughty corner than naughty step.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything. I'm going to get into trouble even more if I say anything.
Where has that stopped you before, Claire? How about you, Jill? What was your resolution last year?
I can't even remember what I did last week. Never mind last year. If it was anything to do with getting fit, well, the best we did was go from couch to new couch. So we did actually buy a new sofa last year. So there you go. That's a step in the right direction.
Jill, I have your clip here. So should we
Jill, just when you thought it was safe to sort of hide behind the fact that I don't remember, Ben's got all this sorted for us.
Yeah.
So if you dared not know, he's gonna.
Yeah, well, apart from, as we said, go to either Tokyo or California, I want to get some use out of my DLP annual pass.
It's been ages.
We bought them in September 2019, and we've been precisely once in that time. We had 4 nights off site, so still a bargain, still, got use out of it. But obviously, while the park is closed, they are extending the annual passes. So hopefully we will get to use it this year.
You're not on the naughty step.
No.
Hey,
You
that
went
was
to
pretty
Disneyland
good,
Paris.
Yes, we actually did manage to achieve that. Slightly later than planned.
Yeah.
November 2021, even. What year? Whatever. Yeah, November 21. We did actually manage to use them about a week before they expired.
Yeah, cool.
Perfect.
Hey,
That's good.
Oh,
that's all worked.
looks like it's just me and you, Claire.
No.
Nothing new there, then, John.
I know.
I'm sure the listeners expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it just the naughty bottom of the screen?
Well, yeah, I was
Maybe.
going to say that. If anyone's watching on YouTube, you might understand why Claire and I are on the screen in the lower half. It's just.
Oh,
For those listening to the podcast, it is a case. Claire and I are on the naughty step.
How about you, Peter? Can you remember what yours was?
I think it was to get to Tokyo.
Oh, should we have a listen?
Never listen,
Should we
yeah.
check?
Let's check.
Brilliant. Peter?
Well, pretty much the same as Jill, really. But I'd like to use my real pass. But I'd just like to get out of South Wales at this point. We've March the last time I left Wales. So,
It was January the last time I left Wales.
so there you go. That would be nice. I did get out of South
Yes.
Wales.
Preston.
Preston, yeah. Woo. 5 hours on a train.
Yep.
Hurrah.
To be
You can
fair,
see how tough 2020
Yeah.
was on all of us if
Yeah.
getting out of home
Get
was...
out of Wales.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we did actually manage not to leave the country.
We did.
once. We did actually manage, and we did even manage to go on a Disney cruise as well. So
So we did all right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did pretty well.
Really well. Goodness.
yeah,
Becca, can you
But
remember
yes,
yours?
so sorry.
Yeah, mine was to pass my driving test.
And did you do it?
Yay!
Only, a year and a half later than I'd wanted to. But I did manage to pass it. I did
Alright.
a 31st birthday as well, which
Yeah.
I was very happy with.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So that just leaves me.
It just leaves you.
Part of me actually can't remember what it was, but I think I can.
I know what yours.
Yeah. Claire was really upset when I said this.
I was really annoyed.
Oh, there's a lot of things that I think I'd like to do this year. But there's one that I think might be on a lot of our lists, and that is we've spoken to a lot of people in the Disney community during 2020, and it would be really nice to meet up in person and have a beer with someone that we've met up with,
You don't drink beer.
or cider, or any alcoholic beverage in a Disney park,
It has to be in a Disney park.
or Disney Springs. There we go.
Yay! We did it.
It
Well
happened.
done.
And you
We did.
Yep, we
Well
managed
done.
that.
Yeah.
Can't believe
Aw. Well done.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's made me feel really much better about the whole thing as well. I'm sure you're the same, Claire, aren't you? You're sitting there thinking really warm inside. Just sort of
Mm-hmm.
there's us crashed and burned completely
Mm-hmm.
last year, and then everyone else above us are just.
Right.
We'll live with it. We're gonna smash it. We're gonna sort this for 2022.
We'll
This is
continue to live vicariously through everybody else, John. That's
that. Everything's been reset now. So those resolutions were last year. It's all
Okay,
been
gone
reset.
out the window.
So now
Blank
we've got to
canvas.
focus on 2022.
Do you mean to say I don't have to choose the same one again?
No, you can choose a brand new one.
Woohoo!
You can choose a different
I
one,
choose
John.
something achievable.
Let's go into the fridge.
right.
To get off the couch, yeah.
Dear.
Let's set the stall out, because actually, I'd like to think in 2021 that's pretty good, actually, isn't it? 4 out of the 6 of us. So how do you top it? Well,
6 out of 6.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe not. But
Should we just set the bar really low?
no, come on,
So-
we've got to do this.
okay.
We've got to do this properly.
I did.
Yeah, that should be that. I didn't think there was any way.
Claire, we've just got to get out of Kent.
Yeah, you're talking about a bar. I'm there.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Even high or low, it doesn't matter.
Right.
They serve gin, so it's
So-
fine.
New Year's resolutions 2022. So, for those people listening to this same segment in 2023, you can throw mud at us then. Because we will review, we will go back, and we are, unlike certain other establishments in the United Kingdom, as wafflers, we are held accountable for the things that we say.
Absolutely.
I'll say no more than that. Who's going first?
Nobody.
Look at that.
Your choice.
Do you know what? I think
Silence in a podcast is never great, is it? Silence in a podcast is just a killer.
Dramatic silence.
Yeah.
Everyone sort of
Go on,
panics.
John,
thinking,
you go.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You've done.
The first one I'm going to go with is actually something that's become much more difficult for me in the past few months, and it's actually to improve my presence on Facebook, because I have met so many amazing friends and become part of just different communities, and I've not been able to, because of having to go back to work, not sitting in the house anymore. I'm not able to afford myself the time to stay up late and watch a lot of the things that I used to watch on Facebook Live. And even the ones that are on at tea time, I'm usually now working, so I'm missing out on them. And I feel really awful for that, because there's people, certainly people who've been involved in our show. And I feel that they've invested an awful lot of time and effort for us. And at the moment, I'm unable to reciprocate that. And I feel awful for it. So that's certainly the first one for me. I'd also say, even looking back to 2 years ago, I even mentioned about increasing my ability to use social media. That was 2 years ago. And actually, just 12 months ago, I got in touch with somebody on Instagram, which at the time was a bit of a novelty for me, if I'm being honest. But she's actually going to be on our middle of the month show. I'm going to keep everyone waiting until the end of the show to reveal who it is. But it's like a slow drip feed on my social media savviness. So we got Twitter out of the way early. Instagram's the next one. So I really feel that this year has to be a little bit more of a Facebook sort of, like I say, reciprocating people's kindness and people's time that they give. Certainly given me, and certainly give me a lot of pleasure. And I need to just get a little bit further on with that. And the other one is to make use of the T-shirt that I very kindly was given as a Christmas present by my family, because I must admit I did like WandaVision. But it's the only Marvel thing I've seen, and I'm put into absolute embarrassed sort of silence by all my fellow wafflers by my inability to sit down and watch a Marvel film. Although what I have seen has been very good. So it's a case of that's maybe something I need to get my finger out and address as part of my preparation and my ongoing concern for how I cope with the amount of Marvel stuff that is about to hit the screens.
Yeah.
Because for one, I've got no idea which order to watch it because of that much. But we might come onto that later in the show. But that's mine. I'm going to take those two, and I think they might be achievable.
John, I'm going to have a guess what your 2023 one will be.
Yeah,
You've done Twitter.
Go to the gym again.
No, you've done Instagram.
TikTok,
it's going to be
isn't it?
TikTok.
TikTok.
I think TikTok in 2023.
Oh goodness me! Yeah, I'd say I quite like Twitter. Everyone hates Twitter, and I really enjoy Twitter. It's sort of for grumpy people like me, essentially.
Because it's so complicated.
Oh no, it's dead easy. Peter. You just don't get into an argument with people. It's dead easy.
Yeah.
Get into an argument, say something controversial. You've had it.
Do that and just turn off all notifications.
Absolutely. Oh, there's notifications. I just say stuff. It's tweeted. I don't even get notified of anything. That's it. Close down.
Yeah.
Anyway, come on. Who's next?
I'll go next.
I'll go on, Joe.
Yeah. I've got two really. One's Disney related and the other one isn't. The one that isn't is I need to improve my ukulele playing and expand my repertoire. That's your actual French. I need to learn some more songs. So that's the non-Disney one. The Disney one is that I want to walk around a place that didn't exactly exist in its present form last time we went to WDW, and that's Disney Springs.
Oh, wow.
Because last time we went, it was kind of halfway between Downtown Disney and your actual Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Sort of Downtown Springs.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing Springs about it. It was go away green everywhere.
It was, yes.
It was building site at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pre-Epcot.
Yeah.
Like, it's great for building.
Before they moved the building site to Epcot.
Yeah.
Via Hollywood Studios.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I haven't been to Galaxy's Edge or Pandora either. But,
There you go.
Lots of new things
So
to explore.
just for the sake of those people who listen really carefully to this show, Peter and Jill, you were meant to be going at the very start of this year, weren't you?
Yes.
And you've now postponed that, given the fact that there's still that many different question marks about that. So when is it in 2022 that you're going to be going to Walt Disney World?
November.
So there you go.
And our 3 times delayed trip to Tokyo is now in 2023.
Okay.
Which is good because a lot of the stuff that they're doing now will be done by 2023.
No, that's
an
good.
anniversary, isn't it? In 2023?
yeah.
It's 40 years.
So actually, that works really well. Yeah.
Yeah. And for those listeners who are worried who were going in February this year about weather and the coldness that was possibly going to just be careful.
Okay.
Just warn those people going in November. There's going to be a cold, icy blast that hits Florida mid-November.
Elsa is my middle name.
And Jill and Peter always take the weather with them.
Yeah.
Remember, Jill, the cold doesn't bother you anyway.
Indeed. It does actually mean, though, that we should be able to visit Disneyland Paris for the 30th anniversary there sometime this year too. So that's cool.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, basically what's happened is because the government wants you to take an LFT test coming back into the country, with the commitments that we have with family and things like that, we can't risk staying in a hotel room in Orlando for another 10 days. We just can't risk it. So
we just moved it. We haven't cancelled. We've just moved it slightly on.
And you never know. Testings, as with everything, all travel rules, anything can change.
Testing is correct at the time of recording.
Yes,
it is.
It will change next week.
Anything going to change?
In fact, next week, who knows?
Testing is probably going to change by the time anybody even listens to this and then listens to it again.
Yeah.
So, remember, this is the 1st of January show for 2022.
Yeah.
And if you're listening in 2024, the whole notion of testing, you probably look back on us and think, what?
Yeah.
Hazmat suits for everyone.
Yeah, with any tests, you just need a suit.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Yeah. God, Peter, what was your one going to be for this year? Then?
Okay, mine this year is one of them is to learn to drive because I can't drive. I'm 54 and I can't drive.
Okay.
So that would be good because then we can get around without public transport, which hardly exists in Lantwick Major. And my next one is to actually get to Walt Disney World, hopefully as we said in November, and to see our friends who live out there. Because we have several friends who live out there.
Yeah,
and it'd be nice to see them.
Yeah.
And enjoy some of the Florida warmth.
That's right, yes. Only it won't happen.
We don't do warm.
The advantage is the parks are half empty when it's cold.
Yeah.
Unless it gets so cold that they close the rides. That's
done that before, yes.
Yeah. It's that sort of middle ground you need.
Yeah.
They don't close the parks. It's only the water parks. So the other thing as well is, and this comes from a way back, and it was a handy hint and tip, because as Brits, kind of a little bit hardened to the cold a little bit as well. But if the water parks are open and it's a bit chilly or it's a bit rainy, water park day, you get the places to yourself.
Yep.
Place to yourself. You can walk all the way up to the top of Summit Plummet and ride until your wedgie becomes too much
unbearable.
Unbearable. I was wondering where I was going with that.
We were just leaving you to get on with it as well, John.
Dig.
Yeah.
That was.
I'd get to top of Summit Plummet and take photos. I wouldn't do the ride.
And walk back down. Yeah.
Every day
Nobody
that
walks
we
back
have,
down
You
after doing
can't walk
Summit
back
Summit.
down.
You can't walk anywhere after doing Summit Summit.
Can't walk up to the top of it.
No, it's
every
such
day
back-
that we
such
have
a back
planned,
out.
every day that we have planned to go to a water park,
Yeah.
every single time we've been, Disney have shut it.
Because it's cold.
I'd take it personally if I were you.
Maybe they just need someone British in charge for doing like the weather. It's like, do you know what? Keep it open.
fine.
It's fine. It's
Fine,
also the other tip is if it rains, just don't leave the park. Just stay in the parks, enjoy it because it gets a
Absolutely.
lot quieter,
Yeah.
and you get to see the rainy day cavalcade or parade.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, I
it's
love the rainy day cavalcade.
Oh yeah, really good.
Yeah.
I used to love it when it rained during the old 3 o'clock parade, because it's amazing how quick that parade can be driven. You know, to get back in at the end.
Well, those dance moves suddenly become much quicker and less frequent, and there's a lot more waving.
Yeah, I think I remember a Celebrate a Dream Come True parade that I actually felt must have had Lewis Hamilton driving every single parade float. It was just
Well, do you know
straight
what?
past you.
There's an opportunity for him if he's not going to continue on Formula One. There's his next job.
Yeah.
Float driver.
Did they speed the music up as well?
Well,
No, they just take half the time. It's amazing how quickly they go.
It
he
was
does have a Disney connection, doesn't he? Because wasn't he one of the voices in one of the Cars films?
Yeah, in Cars too.
Yeah.
Was he?
sorted.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
So he's on the payroll.
Seamless.
Yeah.
There you go. He's right in there. Don't tell Bob though. He'll want loads of money. You know.
Yeah,
But yeah, to
Bob-
answer your question,
Bob.
it was raining so hard that I don't think the cast members even noticed what music was on or anything. You know,
go.
yeah,
Just imagine anyone walking out of the Emporium just going, "Is a Grand Prix starting?"
yeah.
Those little orange torches that the operational stuff, and they were just twirling
Yeah.
round and round and round. Go.
You know when you get into trouble for getting beyond that Disney walking pace.
Yeah.
You know, the cast members, they get you get touched.
Get them look.
Yeah.
You know, slow down. It's just this is Disney. They didn't do that to Parade. It was like, we're getting
Did
we're
people
getting
still
wet.
follow? John, did people still follow behind the parade? You know where they have the guys at the back with a banner to celebrate the
No,
dream
strangely enough, they didn't. No,
because
everyone was
they'd be
trying
like
to
jogging
hide.
along behind.
Yeah, it was like monsoon. It was like a monsoon August afternoon. It was
Oh,
amazing because it was
John,
It was fine.
I
You'd waited
think-
for ages, and it was dead hot, right? And it was
do you
just
know
one of
what?
those.
I think I know. Was it like 2017?
You weren't there at the same
2016?
time.
2017?
No, because they changed the Festival of Fantasy, didn't they?
Yeah.
So the
It's
last
just
year
a bit
that it was
back.
Celebrate a Dream,
Yeah, it probably was Claire. Yeah, just,
I
yeah.
think.
Okay, yeah, we've got the same photos. Yeah,
I remember being in the Magic Kingdom that year,
yeah.
and we were going to Ahana for dinner with my cousin and her husband. I've got the photos. I'll put them on the show notes somewhere. I'll share them on social
Well,
media.
hunt for John.
Yeah.
Because Millie was a baby, so it must have been like 2014, maybe.
Yeah.
No, it must
and
be
we were
before
going
that.
to.
Before
Sorry?
that. 2014 was Festival of Fantasy.
Yeah.
So it must have been before that.
I think that was the last year. 2014 was the last year.
2014 was the last year of Festival of
And it was the
Celebrate a Dream.
first year of Festival Fantasy.
Oh, maybe.
All right, maybe
yeah.
it changed over.
Yeah,
that.
because we went
But I
in
re-
November, so it must have changed over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was August, and I remember
Right.
literally wading through knee deep in the water to get to the monorail station to get to Polynesian.
Oh,
I always wear flip flops when I go to the parks. I'm one of those weird people that can wear flip flops all the time. But other people, not saying any names, who may have been to the outlets and purchased brand new trainers,
Oh,
as every British person does when they go to Orlando, the brand new trainers that required wringing out somehow to be able to be worn the following day. And we were, it was the wettest day I have ever experienced. It got to that point where we were stood outside, I think they were like Auntie's, the Galactic area outside.
Star
where
Traders.
Yeah. And we came out and we were just like, you know what? We could stand here for the next 3 hours and not be able to move. So we just went for it. And by the 10 steps later, we were just like, you know what? So what? We were so wet. It was just one of those days. It's just like, I can't be. But we were drenched, even with ponchos on, and we did wear ponchos, Becca.
The ponchos in the rain is fine. Ponchos on water rides,
and we were so soaked. Yeah. It was hysterical. We were like, let's go to the shop and see if we can buy some clothes. It was just one of those. But it was hysterical because the rain was warm. You know, that's weird.
It's amazing. It's lovely. It really is. But there's a lot of it.
That's the
biggest thing. Do you know something? I'm going to suggest we could actually talk about this in a future show. However,
what show? A wet day.
Yeah, we could do a wet day.
We could do a wet Wednesday.
Yeah.
A wet Wednesday.
Wet Waffle Wednesday.
Wet Wednesday. When you get wet. Yeah, and also, if anyone's listening to this and you've not joined our Facebook group called The Wafflers Out, we might actually get the opportunity of sharing some of our wet day experiences at Disney, just purely from the fact that, Claire, you know, in the minutes about trainers, I'm sure in my thousands and thousands of photographs, and it's none of your family, I hasten to add, and I'm glad for that.
You never know.
Yeah, I remember sheltering underneath the canopy at Peter Pan, and there was a lad with a brand new, spanking, expensive-looking pair of trainers on, and he took all the merch that he bought in these Disney bags, and the merch was in his arms. He passed it on to the kid. You hold that, and he put the plastic bags, to protect his trainers.
Ask for 2 more bags.
It was classic.
I love that. Everything else was getting wet.
Yeah, but the trainers stayed dry.
But you can play that game, can't you? You can play that game. You can say spot the Brit because the feet are illuminating the entire park.
That sounds another game for a Wednesday show. We need to get some pictures and okay, which one is
spot
British?
A person who's been to the outlet yesterday, and even when it was like the Belts factory outlet at the top of my drive all those years ago, used to just laugh because you'd see the new trainers every day, and it would just be in the morning they were fine. By the afternoon, people were just sat down drinking coffee because their feet hurt so much.
Why wear new shoes on holiday?
Exactly. Wear old ones and throw them away.
Yes,
I probably did it on our first trip, and that was it.
Yeah. I think you've done it since then as well.
It's a great people watching game.
Before I get into trouble, because I don't usually take pictures of other people, I do have a picture from Animal Kingdom of the biggest pair of high heels I've ever seen anyone wear.
I'm glad you said high heels.
That's the way you were going.
I'm walking into the park with these high heels, and I'm just like, no, you can't. How you've not done this? High heels to a park. How on earth does any woman manage to do that? That's just wrong.
Because Jill works for the Ministry of Justice, we got invited to a royal garden party, and it's in the garden, and it was chucking it down, and some of the women had heels. That big. And they were just sinking into the ground. You can't.
They should have gone Animal Kingdom instead.
Yeah. Sorry, Peter, I thought you were about to say Ministry of Magic.
No.
Wrong franchise.
Wrong franchise.
I don't work for them anymore. No.
Should we get back to
resolutions?
We're still resolving to resolve 2022.
Who's next?
It's
Ben, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll go.
Go on, Ben.
Okay, so I've got 2. One's Disney and one isn't Disney. But the one that isn't Disney is I want to take a bit more time out for myself, focus on a little bit more mental health. The past couple of years, as we all know, been a bit stressful. I've been a bit too busy at times, but I just need to make sure that I spend a lot of time focusing on just doing stuff that I want to do. And that will lead nicely into our planning for our next trip.
Yeah.
So which will be in July. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be good. But a Disney one will happen when we're out in Florida, and I want to go on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Ooh.
Yep. I've done Everest, and I found it tame on our last trip.
Oh, hey, fighting talk there, Ben.
That is
Tony.
fighting talk.
Yeah,
Everest.
I did it 4
Folks,
times.
let's have that on social media.
Yeah.
Ben said Everest was tame.
Hey,
Yeah, I was compared to everything else we did that trip as well. You didn't go on it this time.
I didn't go on it
I
this
was
time.
single rider, so I was
skipping every time.
twice at the front, twice at the back, and
And you enjoyed it though?
yeah, every time. The first time I was like, oh, can I remember what this is like? Because it'd been such a long time. It's been 2 years since I've been on it. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. So
fabulous.
looking forward to Rock and Roller Coaster in July.
Okay.
Becca, if you just keep in touch, right, I'll show you exactly the right place to go for the video as Ben exits Rock and Roller Coaster.
Problem is, I'm probably going to have to go on with him.
So, oh, no. You need to be there for the video when it comes off.
Single rider.
I think so. We'll help. Don't you worry.
Well, I probably will do single rider because at least then I'm not as nervous and waiting in the queue. I'm just getting through it and just get straight on
The
it.
single ride is really good on that ride as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Go on,
There you
Becca.
go.
My turn. So my non-Disney resolution is, this is going to sound really weird. I want to knit a jumper.
Ooh.
I took up knitting recently.
Cool.
And yeah, I'd like to actually knit a full project.
Right.
Cool. Excellent.
Well,
So you're nearing 50, 60 now?
Oi.
Well, what's funny is you have a knitting bag.
I have a knitting bag, yeah.
Oh, Becca.
Got balls of wool and a couple of needles in it. It's fun.
I'm
Well, I
going to
won't
stab one
say
of those
that-
needles later.
Yes. So yeah,
Well, I
that's my
won't say-
non-Disney one.
Yeah.
I won't say that my mum hand knitted this for me, but she did. So that's something. Don't worry. Don't worry. My mum's been knitting for many, many years, so I'm not expecting you to knit.
It won't be that good, whatever I do
No.
knit.
I'm gonna knit a
hoping
spirit
you get
jersey.
in the Secret Santa next year.
But my Disney one is to do one of the Disney tours.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I really like to do one of the Disney tours
That are coming back very,
that are
very
coming
soon.
back very shortly.
12th of February, I think they begin.
They should be hopefully
Fantastic.
back the time we go.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
You've got Wild Africa Trek, Keys to the Kingdom, Caring for Giants. I know those three are definitely coming back.
I think you
That's
should do
good.
Wild Africa
cool.
Trek.
Yeah.
I would like
Climb
to do
over
all
those.
five of
So
those.
that's the only
Thing.
problem with Wild
Yeah,
Africa.
they
That's,
Becca.
yeah, there's a height thing, which is why
That's-
it's
We're
not
tempted
on my
to-
list.
That's why
I
it
want
worries
to
me.
do
in
Behind
terms
the
of-
Seeds.
You want to do
Hmm.
behind the scenes. I want to do Caring with Giants.
Yeah.
And Keys.
They're about the same price, actually. Or they were.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keys to the Kingdom is, to me is the one that is a must. Is
You
a
would
must
love
do.
Yeah.
It would just add so much to your actual
Yeah.
experience of Magic Kingdom.
Mhm. I agree.
Forever
Yeah.
after doing it,
Yeah.
and do it early in the trip,
The trip.
because
And
you can then
revisit
go.
the sto- you can revisit it, can't you?
Because it's what's really difficult is to take the whole of that tour on board mentally, because you can't record it, you can't take pictures behind the
Backstage
scenes.
or anything.
Backstage.
Yeah.
And so what you tend to find is you are listening so intently to the cast member who's doing the tour. It is very, very fact driven.
Mhm.
You need to go and rewalk it just to try to remind yourself, and you will find there'll be blanks that crop up. It's like something happens here, but I don't quite get the information. And at that point, you probably have to Google it, or you have to go and
Ask
search
the
in some of
cast
the
member.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
That's
an
a good tip,
amazing
John,
tour.
actually. That's a good
Yeah.
idea to do it early in the trip, and then you can
Yeah.
revisit it and enjoy it
Yeah.
over and over.
Yeah, because once you've done it, it's actually one of those. It's one of those tours that actually you become a bit of a bore. Certainly to my family, because my family have not been old. My two
Speak
boys
for
have not been
yourself.
old enough. Well, it's a dad thing, isn't it? but they've not been old. They've not been old enough to do it. So it's like, oh, when I did Keys to the Kingdom,
did you know?
Did you know? He said, yeah. You told us that last year, and the year before, and the year before that.
Yeah.
So we've not been allowed to do the tour yet. So
basically, by the time they're old enough to do the tour, they'll already know the tour.
they'll be telling the cast member what they missed out. Yeah,
that's a money-saving tip there, Joe. Do it once. Repeat it year after year after year.
Because actually, I think different cast members have a different take on what they want. They want you to know as well, and I think that's the other side, because it's not. Don't just do it once. I would go and do it. I would do it again, and I would certainly say that it's value for money. It doesn't come into it. It's just what it affords your whole Disney experience and your whole Disney memories and knowledge, and it's just you just absorb the whole lot. It's wonderful.
I would happily do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
It was on our list for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. It's worth it.
We were so close to booking it in 2020.
Yeah.
Before it went wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you can book it soon for July.
Yeah.
Be here very soon.
Yeah. Exactly. So, who have we not heard from?
Is it only me left?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so my resolution for 2022, and it's a bit of a twofer here because Disney and non-Disney in one. I am going to embrace the world of solo travel, which I haven't done before. I've had permission, thank you, Mr. C, for allow me to go and see some friends in May. Not for very long, just for a few days. And I'll be flying solo, which I'm already having anxiety about. And staying, hopefully, well, I've booked Grandestino. I've booked a car, and that's given me anxiety because I realised that I have never once filled up a car with fuel in America. I've always made Dan do it. So I have no idea how to do that.
It's easier than you think, Claire. You're all right. There's certain petrol stations. We can do this on a Wafflers Wednesday. There's certain petrol stations that don't have that lift the lever bit.
I need someone to help me when I'm there. I'm going to borrow somebody to help me because I just. Yeah. Or actually, I was talking to a friend the other day who said that they've done that themselves, and they got the deal where you pick it up full, return it empty. And then you don't need to worry about it.
that's the work.
Do you know what? That's a good idea.
That's such a good plan. But I'm having a car because, slightly weirdly, maybe people think I'm slightly anxious about taking Ubers and Lyfts on my own in a country that I don't know. So I'm going to have a car. I'll be able to go to Publix and places like that, and the Bath and Body Works at the outlet. So yeah, I'm going to be there for a few days, and I'm going to achieve my 2021 resolution at the same time, which is to meet up with some friends, I hope. So I'll be going on a Thursday, flying back the following Tuesday, so not very long at all.
You might be able to do Phantasmic.
You might be able to hit your 2021 as well.
It's only like 5 days. I'll be asleep at 8 o'clock in the evening, I reckon.
Yeah,
that's fine. We need proof. If Phantasmic is there, you can just take a photo. We need proof that you're there.
I do little afternoon nap scenario, and but I'm really excited, but I'm also really anxious about it. So as we get closer to May, I think I'm going to be going. I'll need some tips from. We need to do a trip around solo travel, and I know that we've got some friends in the community who've done it. I know Sam's done it lots of times, but Robin's done solo travel. So I think perhaps we need to do a little solo travel show to help me. No, I'm just thinking like immigration, customs. Who's going to carry my bag? All of that stuff.
I've got a bit of news for you on that one, Claire.
Yeah, you know what? I know Dan's laughing at this very minute as he listens to this because it is so true.
This is going to be. He's going to be following your socials, going, okay, what's going on next?
Right, he's going to be going, well, look, she managed to carry her bag then. Why couldn't she do it for the last 10 years?
Well, that's going to
But
affect your
what's
trips going
worse, though,
forward.
yeah, is you won't be able to get away with not carrying it the next
I
time. you go
know.
down.
That's the thing. It's
Maybe
like,
what
get
you
the
need to
cat
do,
out the
you
bag.
need to get someone to not come with you, but just say like, go into the line and saying, I can't pick up my bag, it's too heavy. Could someone carry it for me?
Yeah, maybe I'll get someone to meet me at the airport and do it all for me. I don't know. But and then we're going in August again, so hopefully I'll have got a few bits done. I've got park tickets, I've got park reservations already, I've got flights and hotel and everything booked. So let's hope that lucky trip number 11 is going to go ahead.
Oh, that sounds
and we're
wonderful.
going to Disneyland Paris for the 30th in April as well. So that's
nice.
exciting for my birthday. So
If it's any help, Claire, I flew on my own to Ghana for a dance conference and to India for a dance conference. And the good thing about it is you don't have to bother about anybody else.
Well, you see, I'm not a great flyer. The thing is, Peter, I'm not a good flyer anyway, so I get quite nervous on a plane.
It was really easy.
Have the kids there kind of distract me a little bit, so I'm a bit anxious about about being on my own and not action. And then like my brain's already working overtime, going, but what if there's a family who want the seat that you're in and they try and downgrade you into economy? That's worrying me as well.
Claire, they'll look great if you're on your own.
Upgrade you.
Yes, they will.
Dress posh.
You don't have to dress posh. You just have to be a single traveller with a frequent flyers account. That's all it is.
Maybe we need to book separately going forward.
All the stuff that worries me. So we need to do a Wednesday show about solo travel so that I can try and calm my anxiety, because it's like 50% excitement, 50% panicking at this point.
The crew members keep an eye out on single people. The crew members keep an eye and just make sure that they're all right.
And bring you more wine.
I was going to say, tell them that you're an anxious flyer as well. And let the person sitting next to you know too.
But that's the thing. Who's going to sit next to me? I don't want some rando sitting next to me.
But the other seat.
I do. I'd be like, oh my goodness, I can't deal with that.
It's a shame. Virgin used to do that. You know, when you used to be able to, it was like 3 seats together. You used to do Seat Plus, where if it was a 2-seat or a 3-seat, you could pay like £75. And you'd be able to book the seat next to you. Shame you can't do that.
That's the thing. I would have done that just because I have like this thought about the fact that if I sit by the window, which I might choose to do, and then someone sit next to me, I book premium, so it'd be 2 seats on that side. What if they just go to sleep and I need the loo?
Yeah.
Or just wake them up. I did.
I know, but I would really be really embarrassed. I'd be very British about the whole thing.
on that thing, Claire, I would make sure I'd book the aisle seat.
Yeah. Right? But then what? Do you know, there's so many scenarios that
what if you're the one that
stay
wants to
awake
sleep
at
and
night
has to be
already,
woken
and
up?
we've got 5 months to go.
Tell you what, Claire,
honestly.
Tell you what, Claire, learn to play the double bass and take one with you. And book a seat
I
for
could just
it.
take Millie's cello with me. Maybe that's the answer. Book a seat for her cello.
Yeah.
It's a shame you can't build a lightsaber in the UK, because you could give that its own seat when you take it.
Well, do you know what? We need to do something. I need to think of something, because I can't have some. I remember when my parents had their 25th wedding anniversary, so we're going back like 27 years. They've been married 52 years, and we flew TWA. This is like completely off topic, but we flew TWA to Houston via St. Louis. On the way back, we were late checking in, and I was in economy. My parents were flying in what was then first class, mainly because they had booked it, and I went, I can't believe you're going on holiday without me. And they had to book me a seat at the end of it. I was 16. I was a 16-year-old girl. And they were going to leave me at home. And I just went, I don't want you to leave me at home. I want to come. And they were like, oh, God, I've got to get her a seat. So we checked in at Houston. And the only seats left they had, because we were late, were the smoking section at the back of economy on the TWA plane. That's how long ago this was. That's how old I am. And they said, well, the only option we have is to either make the entire flight non-smoking, and you become hated person number 1, or we could upgrade you to business.
Do that.
Just saying. We all know what happened. So I blamed my mum. I ended up sitting in business class with 2 teams of Irish rugby players on their way back to the UK. Who'd been in the bar all day, I think. So there's me and then like 30 Irish rugby. At 16 years old, 30 Irish rugby players. I was in heaven. It was the best flight of my life.
Explain your love of rugby and the Six Nations.
Yeah.
Ever since. That's it.
And business class on. And my love But that's my anxiety, that I'll end up in some horrible situation on my own. And so let's do a Wednesday show about it.
Wow.
Cool.
Sorry.
How do you follow that?
What an amazing thing to be able to do. No,
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. And I'm really excited about seeing my friends. Most of them.
Yeah.
I am, and they know that. I've told them.
Oh.
Maybe that's what I should do. I should just book a trip and then tell everyone.
Golfing trip.
Maybe you should come at the same time as me, and then I don't have to fly.
Yeah.
That
Just to carry your bag in it. I'm just bag carrier.
Yeah, you don't get to stay anywhere, John. You just have to just like out the airport in the car. There you go, and John has to
Sherpa.
Yeah.
He's got to wait one day so he can fly back with her as well.
Yeah.
Sleep in the car.
There's a plan coming into place here. You know, that's it.
I'll let you know
That's
the
fine.
dates.
No problem.
I've lost where we are now completely.
That's all right. Let's get everything back on track. 'Cause we've talked about 2021, 2022. Let's get right back into the here and now, because actually there's a film come out. I've not quite heard about it, but I know Sammy was amazingly excited and all that, and it goes back to my sort of promise of trying to watch Marvel stuff. So when I saw this on the screen at on the billboard at the cinema, and it says Spiderman. I'm thinking, oh, there you go. They used to show that on a Saturday morning when I was a kid, like, you know. So I kept walking. But I understand you guys have actually been to the cinema. You've been to see Spider-Man, which has a far more enticing name than I can actually remember. But for anybody watching or listening, if you haven't watched it yet, don't switch off, because if you switch off, you're going to miss the next part of the show, and you'll miss the exciting trailer for our middle of the month show in January. Special guest and all that. So do just sort of skip forward the next little bit if you don't want us to spoil it. But failing that, these guys are going to entice me to go and start my Marvel Film Fest of 2022. But you guys need to see this, so I'm going to pass across to you. I'm going to shut up for a bit, which is going to be really difficult. But
before we go ahead, I'm just going to put this just for
oh yes,
who's
definitely needed. Ben.
Watching, just to know that spoilers will be coming ahead.
For anyone listening to the podcast, that's a spoiler alert.
That's our new spoiler alert warning.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a visual. It's a visual rather than an audio.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Don't worry, there's not like an ambulance going past. You're fine.
Everyone's good.
You're driving in the car.
You don't know. You know what we've done.
Come on, you've got to have the old Morecambe and Wise joke.
He's not going to sell many ice
He's not
creams.
going to sell many ice creams going at that speed.
Do you know what? I watched Morecambe and Wise over Christmas. It never fails to be funny. It's so good. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That's a very good joke.
Yeah.
It is excellent.
So, Spider-Man, No Way Home.
No Way Home.
The Sunday title. So I'm going to fess up and say that Spider-Man is not my favourite MCU character. I was reticent to go and see the film, to say the least. It's not one that I was like, yeah, can't wait. Whereas other people in my house were booked and went the day it opened. I think like Becca and Ben.
Yeah.
And they came back and they said it was amazing. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then Morg said, shall we go? I'd like to see it again. Do you want to go? So we went like 2 days later. And it was really rather amazing. I have to admit. I was like, it's 2.5 hours. Really? It didn't feel like 2.5 hours at all. It went so quickly. There was so much action, so much content. There was no downtime in that movie whatsoever. The bits where it was meant to be. So just Spider-Man, amazing. Tom Holland, outstanding. For me, Willem Dafoe, outstanding.
Fantastic,
In the film. He was such a great actor. And it doesn't seem to have aged a day in like 20 years. I'm sure that's a bit of makeup wondrous cleverness, but I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I have to admit, I haven't enjoyed a film like that in the cinema since Endgame. And it's having just on certain moments of when you see all three Spider-Men
together,
that just the cinema erupts.
That's a spoiler bit.
That's the big spoiler.
We gave a spoiler alert.
Yeah, we did give a spoiler alert. So if you haven't followed the spoiler alert and you're shocked, then
sorry.
But that moment, I agree with you. We had a round of applause in the cinema when we saw that. But
really, okay.
I think it was really very clever because they've had so many conversations about Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in this movie, and everyone had gone, no, they're not in it, and they've gone, no, we're not in it. And there'd been a few like press releases, and there'd been a couple of people that spotted Tobey Maguire on set, and everyone was like, oh, of course they're in it. And then they really managed to put those rumours to bed quite successfully. So then when Andrew Garfield, you saw him in the shadows with his suit, and he came, and bearing in mind, I did see some of the early Spider-Man movies at the cinema. So you see him, and you see him walk towards the camera and come through the thing.
Portal.
I don't know what, is that
we're going to call it a portal.
We're going to call it a portal.
Magic portal,
the thing that Ned has made.
I wasn't sure that was going to work.
I don't think Ned was sure it was going to work either. But, you know, who knew? Ned the sling ring? Who knew that was going to happen? That moment was like, oh crap, they absolutely have done this, and we hadn't clocked that it was going to happen. And I think that was the moment. Everyone saw Andrew Garfield and they went, well, if he's there, Tobey Maguire's totally going to be there. And that made it fantastic.
Yeah, and the cinema erupted when Andrew Garfield.
I would say you were there the first day it opened, so you must
we
have
were one of the earlier
incredible
ones.
experience.
You could tell at the end that no one left until the very
Oh no,
end.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And we were in a cinema with like 5 other people, so maybe not quite the same, but we always are. I'd heard the rumors, but I thought it would be a cameo. I thought, they're going to make some little cameo where they're going to be a coffee salesman or something.
Or I thought it might be a post-credits scene.
Yeah, but no, it was amazing seeing the 3 of them reacting together, because when you sort of sit down and you think, I mean, even discounting the fact that there have been earlier Spider-Man
I remember the 70s.
and so on,
I remember the 70s.
Yeah. The sort of 3, the big 3 that are fairly recent. If you start to think about it, so hang on, is it MJ or is it Gwen? And how come she's Ginger in this one and she's not in this one? And, where's Uncle Ben? And so on. And you start trying to sort of make the 3 versions tie up in your head, and you just can't.
No.
Yeah. So,
and you could see, I think you're right, Jill. I think you could see them struggling with that a little bit as well, which was really clever. The fact that, the whole the Gwen moment, the MJ moment of actually who's going to save her and how does that end and why was really clever and thoughtful and poignant as well, actually, in some ways. More
cheering as well.
There was no way.
It was more cheering when it was.
There's sort of no way of them like erasing what had happened in previous films. All of that is still canon in what it was, and it still is. And it's just now what happens next is always what I think. This is going to be the film that just sets up the next decade. I know we said that with Endgame, but this is the springboard that goes to the next with the multiverse. And the best thing I found was the post-credit scene, which turned out to be the trailer for Doctor Strange.
Right. And doesn't that look incredible?
It looks
amazing. I was expecting a clip from Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
I wasn't expecting a full
I
trailer.
wasn't expecting a full trailer,
It
and I just sat there
was
going, "Oh my gosh!"
And
amazing.
you see Wanda, and it's.
I mean, the trailer's
Wow.
out now. It's on YouTube, I think.
It's
Yeah,
so
they
exciting.
released
Was
it.
the source
At
of
the very
cream?
least,
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
What
because it got it
is
by
that?
default,
you
didn't
got
it?
it by
Yeah.
default.
Mm.
But that means
John,
that
do you know
Agatha
who you were
Harkness
talking
was
about?
right.
I've got little threads on exactly where you're at.
Yeah.
To
Are
be
you
honest,
with us?
I am, because this is the bit that really intrigues me, is the complete passion that you guys talk about. All of the Marvel bit, the whole of the MCU, and just how that multiverse is just going to
All
explode.
the threads that
Yeah.
connect it.
Yeah.
And that's the bit that really, that's the bit, that's the bit that when I watched WandaVision, I found so intriguing as the cross referencing and things like that. And,
Yeah.
Start watching. I've seen the trailer that's up and coming, and then there's also another trailer out with Wanda in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, oh my word, this is just it's sucking you in, and it's just like
John, that was
Yes.
the trailer. That was the end of the film.
Mm.
That was when there was a post-credit scene.
I've having fought against it for far too long, and I know. Yeah, but I know this. I know there's loads of Disney fans, and I know there's lots of our listeners who are in a similar boat where you feel you're either of an age, certainly of an age where I can't be bothered with that. It's like it's kids stuff, or it's not stuff I'm interested in, or I'm not a sci-fi fan. It's not about that anymore. This is actually getting much more deep rooted into true cinematography of our age. Because if you,
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right, because I am.
It turns it all around.
I hate sci-fi.
Yeah.
So I am the person, damn, he watches Star Trek all the time. He loves all that sci-fi.
1,000 episodes of that, isn't there?
Oh my life, honestly. And I'm just like, even Doctor Who to an extent, I just can't.
I was going to say the
Certainly
Star
the most
Trek.
recent episodes.
Does he make that sound before he goes through every door? You know that?
No, but I want to get something that makes that sound. So that, but like he saw Dune at the movie, all of that stuff. I just can't deal with it. I it's not something that excites me.
No,
and I don't
that's where
really
I've
make
been
Marvel. Yeah, I don't see Marvel as sci-fi. I see it as something completely different. As comic book, it's excitement, it's adventure, it's it's drama, it's everything, and it's completely immersive.
Also, I think they are genuine personalities. They are real people with complex personalities. It's not just some being in a suit that sort of flies around and sorts things out and bashes people up. They are people, and they have
Smash.
But they have real world issues as well.
Yes,
especially in the
MCU. And I think I think that's accurate in terms of that they have feelings.
Actually. Yeah, which is quite nice. Even the ones that aren't human.
Yeah.
They have
Ultron,
humanity.
maybe not so much.
Yeah.
I meant the heroes.
Yeah.
Even the non-human heroes have humanity. Look at Vision, for example.
Yeah, Vision, absolutely.
Even Thor.
What is grief if not love persevering?
Yes. Yeah. And even Groot has emotion. He's a tree.
Firstly, before I talk about it, John, from that shush joke, you saw Airplane 2.
Yes.
There you go. I remembered it.
Yes.
I remembered it. No, we were going to see it as a double header. We were going to see No Way Home with West Side Story as a double header.
Yeah.
And we saw West Side Story, and we were really bowled over by it that we thought we couldn't give No Way Home what it needs. So we put it off, and we went to see it today.
Yeah.
And we were bowled over again.
Yeah.
It's
utterly amazing.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Yes, and none of the villains look any older. You're right.
Yeah.
CGI is done really well.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Weirdly, I don't think a lot of it is CGI.
No, I think
it's makeup and hair and
Yeah.
What interested me in the mid-credits scene, obviously we all know that the legal issues and copyright issues and so on are a bit of a minefield with Spider-Man. And they made sure that the Avengers got talked about in the film. But then in the post-credits scene, you had things like, oh, there was a purple guy, and there's never that. And they deliberately weren't saying the word Thanos. They deliberately weren't saying certain things. This guy in an iron suit or whatever. So they deliberately weren't saying Iron Man. And I just wonder how long the lawyers sat down and said, you can say this, but you can't say that. And if you say this, it'll cost you X dollars more than if you say that.
Do you know what? I don't think it'll be much longer before more things will happen and this universe is getting even bigger. Or Multiverse is getting even bigger. I think it's just because the deal with Disney and Sony is just for Spider-Man, and we know Spider-Man is signed on for 3 more films under Sony.
It's complicated,
It's a bit like the Florida Marvel theme park.
Yeah, it is.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's just so confusing, and
What?
but eventually Disney could buy Sony.
I was going to suggest, say, are you suggesting that Disney are going to buy Sony? But
I don't know.
It sounds like something like that. John, start a book on that, because I'll put a couple of quid on that for within the next 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one? Sony buying Disney?
No, Disney buying
other way around.
Other way around. And
Even
so,
if it's just so they can get Spider-Man back.
Yeah.
and
Otherwise,
starting
They
to
did it with Fox so they could get Fantastic Four.
start a rumour mill
You chairman.
early in Disney that people, I don't know if anyone has heard, that there may be a return this year to
I heard
a
that
former
as well,
CEO
I
coming
did
back.
see that.
Ooh.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, that we know he's done Marvel.
Acquisitions are the way forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
never
they
know.
seem to work very well.
Especially when Mr. Iger was involved.
Absolutely.
So, as you said, Spider-Man there is going to be more Spider-Man. Is it going to be Peter Parker? And if so, is it going to be Tom Holland, Peter Parker, or somebody else, Peter Parker?
Tom Holland has signed
signed on for
Yeah,
three
okay.
more
That's
films.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, the question is, are they 3 more Spider-Man films, or are they 3 more other MCU
They were
films?
under Sony, so
But in that case, he could be in Venom or Morbius or...
yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Venom, well,
Yes.
hello.
Was in the
Wow.
credits scene.
Oh, yeah.
And the actor from Ted Lasso. Just saying, is he going to be the new Venom?
I think he might be.
But we know that Tom Hardy is not playing Venom in the next movie. He's not
Yeah.
part of this. So actually, are we going to see Venom becoming
Part of the
somebody else?
MCU. Or,
I think so. And also Morbius. And then we've got the whole Daredevil moment, I'm a very good lawyer at the beginning.
Yeah.
How did you do that? All of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I've recently been watching the Daredevil series on Netflix, and my goodness, how good is
Okay.
that? Why did I miss that?
I need
Oh
to
my
go and
goodness.
watch it.
complete other thing about Daredevil, links straight into Hawkeye.
Hawkeye with Kingpin.
This is it.
Yeah.
And this is where
So-
it all circles
Yeah.
back.
Everything's interconnected.
I think the
woven.
best way to explain Marvel to someone who doesn't understand it,
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
no, it's a jigsaw puzzle. So the first few films are like 100 piece. Now we're on 1,000 piece.
It's a
Yeah.
and it's
bigger
all
panoramic picture, isn't
yeah.
it?
It's all
And it is-
slowly slotting together. All these
Wibbly
additional
wobbly, timey wimey
pieces.
stuff. It's,
See, I would put it more as a Lego building. You've got your foundation. The first few films are the
Okay.
foundation, and then as you build up on it, it gets more and more elaborate.
And then falls over at the end.
No,
I was
Oh, that's
concerned
what
with
happens to
the-
mine.
I mean you've got to remember.
I was more
Endgame
concerned
was
with the jigsaw
Yeah.
analogy. When you go for 100 pieces to 1,000 pieces, I haven't
Like
got
a
the picture on the
close-up crop.
box. I've lost the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, John,
Oh,
because
this is-
actually you got a close-in crop with the first few movies, and as it expands out, suddenly you've got a bigger picture of what's going on. You've got a
Yeah.
panoramic view.
Yeah.
That's before we start getting involved with the next movies, before we've got, the change in Sorcerer Supreme, before we've got Wanda doing whatever she's doing, before we
Yeah.
bring in the series that are coming with
Echo, She-Hulk.
Echo, She-Hulk,
Right.
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel,
Yeah.
the whole lot.
Oh,
And how does this all piece together? If it doesn't blow your mind now, it should. It should blow
Yeah.
your mind. And that's the whole point.
There is another rumor going round, which is that Sony are going to build their own Marvel line, and make their own Marvel films.
As
They
in
already are.
They've got,
They
yeah, but
already
they're
are.
going to have.
It's
Sinister Six.
Yeah,
was the original plan was, but that's
yeah.
sort of been
It was
put
put
back.
by the
It's not
wayside.
gonna
The
happen.
name that they've been trying to get out there apparently is the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters.
Okay.
But-
That's a mouthful.
Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Yes. What did you say?
I kid you not.
Tongue.
Are they allowed to do that?
I kid you not. I kid you not. That is.
Do
that
we
is
need to
out
put a
there.
rating on this show now?
Well, as
I
Okay.
didn't think that through or thought that through perfectly. And I
Or do you
think
reckon
it's
someone's just
laughter.
like started typing on the keyboard and autocorrect has just gone a
Yeah,
bit wrong?
no, do you know what? I think someone has absolutely planned that.
well, no,
I hope
they are
have.
American. They are American.
So,
Spunk
yes.
in America just means.
That's it, exactly.
Exactly. Yes.
Exciting!
Exciting. Yes.
Excited, yeah.
Yes.
Means gusto.
Totally with you, right?
Yeah.
For our American listeners. Yeah, that's fine.
That's
For
fine.
our American listeners, don't
Don't
Google.
Google it.
Don't
Google
Google
it.
it.
For our British listeners, if you didn't crash the car earlier with the with the sound of the spoiler alert, we do apologise.
Jill, I am so shocked that it was you that came out with that.
What can I say? That is. It's not me. This is Sony's doing.
It's Sony. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to have to
Sony.
Google this. I'm slightly worried.
Just
What was it?
does.
Sony Pictures.
Universe of Marvel characters.
Yeah, ends in a C.
It is a thing. Yes.
Sony
Anyway.
Spider-Man Universe is what it's called at the minute.
Yeah.
According to Wikipedia. So let's
Well,
Well,
not
there
that's
you
the
go.
this.
rumor. That's the
Yeah,
rumor.
yeah. But anyway. Oh.
Yeah,
But yes, the other
because
thing.
this started in 2013 when
Right.
the original,
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man.
the second Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah.
finished,
yeah.
and they were going to do it, and they were leading it into the Sinister Six because that's why you had what I can't remember his name, was it the Rhino?
Oh no, yeah.
At the
Yeah.
end of that film, and that was supposed to be part into and all of the things, but
Yeah.
But Marvel wanted Spider-Man back.
well, what was it? You've got Morbius in 22 and Craven the Hunter in 23.
Yeah.
2 additional
looking-
films in 23,
I'm looking
alongside
forward
future
to
Spider-Man
them.
films in the
Yeah.
MCU.
Yeah.
So technically, they are doing it anyway, but
Yeah.
just with select characters that they have the rights
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Also, was there a bit of a hint about Miles Morales
Yes.
in the
Absolutely.
film?
Oh,
yes. Yes. Having Jamie Foxx's character basically say, "Oh, wouldn't it be great if there was a black Spider-Man?" Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was in one way my slight disappointment about this film was that the whole different versions of Spider-Man has already been done
In
utterly,
Spider-Verse.
utterly brilliantly,
But differently.
differently.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, watch it. It is utterly brilliant. It will mess with your head. The animation is incredible. But yeah, in a way, it was a bit of a shame that they'd already done that. But it was done so differently, it didn't matter. But yeah,
It was very different.
Yeah.
The biggest difference probably was that all 3 of the Spider-Men in No Way Home were Peter Parker.
They were,
Yes.
yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
in Into the Multiverse, they
Yeah.
were
Their own.
all different
Different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
characters.
yeah.
So you had Peter
And
Parker,
let's face
Martha
it.
and Gwen Stacy.
It doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't mess with your head. It's just geometry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Just geometry.
How is
Just
yeah,
geometry.
okay.
Yeah.
How do we think this is going to get solved? By the way, this film has ended. Because everything you see in the trailer of like
You can
the way
say-
you see it
You can save me
breaking
20
apart.
films worth here, guys. Come on.
Right?
Tell us how
And a whole load of money at the cinema.
Yeah.
Well, he has to start working for the Bugle, doesn't he?
Does he?
Peter Parker
He needs
has
a
to
job.
start working
He
for
needs
the
a job.
Bugle because
He
because
obviously
he
didn't
worked
get
for the
into MIT.
Bugle in the comic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
does MJ remember anything?
I don't know.
She must do. She's still wearing that necklace.
Right? That's what we saw. We were just like, she's
Yeah.
got a necklace on.
She's still wearing that necklace.
Does she know why she's got the necklace on? I don't
No.
know. But
She probably doesn't, but it's important to her enough. She knows it's important
Did-
enough that she has to keep wearing
Did she
it.
still go to
Right.
school with him? Yeah.
Well,
he's
Peter
not-
Parker must have been written out of all official records as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
poor kid's probably not even got a birth certificate and a social security number
Well,
at this point.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Not
going to
in
be
the yearbook.
difficult when he tries
And
to
yet,
get a job.
how is he
Yeah,
renting
yeah.
an apartment?
Exactly.
Probably not legally.
Who's got
Or someone's helping him.
someone's
Yeah,
helping him?
someone's helping.
It's
Well, no, 'cause
hand-wavy.
Happy doesn't
Happy wouldn't know
remember.
him, so
Yeah.
That upset me. Of the
Yeah.
few things in the movie that really, really hit me, there was a number of moments where I obviously bawled my eyes out, saying,
Yeah.
there was several. The moment where he stood with Happy and Happy didn't remember him, that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
awful. That was heart-wrenching.
Mm.
I really struggled with that, actually. It was one of those moments where
Yeah.
you just go, oh my God.
it just
You know,
hits home
that-
at that point. That's just
Yeah.
the one thing.
Yeah.
It's like you think, okay, this is how it's. But it's all going to get sorted out in the end. Is someone like Happy's going
It's
to
not gonna
remember?
be sorted
It's
out
like,
at all.
Remember.
No,
Mhm.
it's
And his last protector in terms of Tony and the whole Avengers universe
Yes.
So Happy
has
doesn't
no
remember
idea
it.
who he
Yeah.
is.
No.
no.
And John is
He
now
would
wondering
never-
how the Seven Dwarfs come into it.
What?
Who's
But he does remember Spider-Man. This is the thing. They might have forgotten who Peter Parker is,
Yeah,
but
I'm
they
more
still
of a line,
remember
though.
Spider-Man. They still remember
Yes.
that Spider-Man was an Avenger, that Spider-Man
Mm.
fought
That's true.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Could
So-
someone eat-
All
could
he's
someone-
got to do is tap in the suit and
Yeah, but
he'll be
could someone else
fine.
pretend to be
And
Spider-Man?
what a new suit. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homemade.
Yeah.
Homemade
There's
new
this very special material called hand-wavium
Yes.
that people like to use every now and then.
Mm. So
That
yes.
didn't happen.
Yes.
They use it a lot in Doctor Who.
Yes.
Hand-wavium.
Yes.
That didn't happen.
Yes, we'll forget about that. Forget we ever mentioned that. Yes.
And that joke went down really well, didn't it?
Yeah.
And did you see that tumbleweed?
I'm more concerned that for anyone who's doing a little bit of a internet search on Jill's SPUMC, can I just say a massive apology to the Sun Prairie United Methodist Church in Wisconsin, who I've got the website where they are promoting the thing, and actually poor Pastor Jenny is actually going to have all of these click-throughs from the UK and thinking that their word and their videos, etc., their wonderful work is actually reaching these shores. So, yeah, we do apologise if there's an uplift
Oh, my life.
for January, but there we go. I've got an apology in for us, guys.
That's an
But it
M.
was-
No, yeah.
I think it was about the third one down on the list.
The safest way to Google it is type in SSU, Sony Spider-Man Universe. That's what it's
Is it?
currently known as.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Ben. Saved
There
us
we go.
all sorts of issues.
If you're dyslexic, don't even try. Don't do it.
And
Because you don't
what I will do is I will put the link. If you're watching on YouTube, it will be in the description. I'll link the Wikipedia page.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
a nice way out of that, isn't it? That was
We might link it in the
Let's
show
move
notes
on.
as well.
nice
So,
way out
John,
of
are
that.
you any?
Good exit strategy, John.
Yes. So, John, are
Yeah.
you any wiser?
I am, but I'm also stumped again. And I think I said this on one of the Wednesday shows. And I think, Becca, I think you alluded to it with your Lego analogy, is how the first few films basically build the basis for the rest. But in which order? When you're looking back at, was it 20 odd films now? Plus, you've got different TV offshoots with
Where do you start?
WandaVision.
Well, there
Falcon
are
and the
some standalone films, John. There are some
Yeah.
standalone films that you can watch.
Where'd you start? Where'd you start? And I think that to me that's the daunting part of this for me, because it's actually, if I went to watch Spider-Man now, am I actually spoiling some of the things? I know fine well with even watching WandaVision, there's characters within that I know exist within previous films, and I now need to know where they actually exist from
I
before
still
I
think
move forward.
we're
with those
John. I
characters.
think we're at a point where you could still go and watch Spider-Man and a lot of other Marvel films, and still go and enjoy the film. I think what would happen though, if you then watched back a few different ones, not in order, you'd still go, oh, actually, okay, that
You
makes a
piece
little bit more
together
sense with
various
that.
bits.
You get a few little bits that will then make you want to rewatch Spider-Man later on again.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I would,
I agree.
I would
And
say, sorry,
Yeah, go on,
I would
Peter.
say, start with Captain Marvel.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
start with Captain Marvel. Yeah,
You
because
sure?
that
Why?
gives, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, because that gives you what's his name's backstory.
Do you mean Nick Fury?
Fury, yeah. And Fury
That-
gets everybody together. That's Fury's backstory. That's how Fury gets.
I have to admit, I would start with Avengers.
There's two ways
Yeah.
I'd do it.
No.
Either chronologically.
Look what I've started.
If you're going to do it in one of two ways. Either do you can do both of these on Disney Plus as well. You can either do it
You can, yeah.
chronologically, starting
Yes.
with Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can do it in release order and do it the Pulp Fiction way.
I would
And actually,
do the first
and
one.
that actually is with Disney Plus. That is actually an absolutely superb
It is, yeah.
It is.
little trick you can actually do for yourself. Isn't it? And I know my
Yeah.
youngest son has told me that look, you're going to pull your finger out and watch all of this stuff. But he's nagging me.
Yeah.
So
We need to keep tabs.
I would go,
John.
yeah.
We will.
Chronological
Maybe-
order, John. One
Yeah.
per week.
Chronological.
Start with Captain
Yeah.
America, First Avenger.
We need to catch
That
up once a
explains
month.
a lot on its own.
We need to catch up once a
Yeah.
month and keep
Maybe
the
we should
tally.
have
Maybe
a-
on
Maybe
Waffles
we should
Arms.
have like a charity fundraising thing.
Or like a little section on a Wednesday, the John's review section of the film.
See, I'm now picturing John as the sort of Doctor Strange of the Wafflers, sitting there with all these films at his disposal and going, right, which of all these possible options do I do next?
thing is, though, guys, you've never heard me review a film before.
Ooh.
This is
It
where
could
we
take
go
a while.
for
Get yourself
You've heard me,
comfortable.
heard me review Rivers of Light. That's all I'm saying.
That was very short, to be fair. So
Cockney rhyming slang edition.
Exactly, yeah.
That'd be
This
quite
week's
good.
film was mostly Rivers of Light.
Oh.
Might be a
We're going to get in so much trouble this episode, Ben. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. I'm not going to edit it. It's going up straight. Just with
This
the
is how
just with the
2022
warning.
is going to be. This is the new format. This is
It is.
It is, yeah. Do you know something? I think that's another important thing to put out there for anyone who's listening to us for the first time. Yeah, we've tried to write the script and we've tried sort of being professional about this, but actually we just enjoy having a waffle. And actually, this is the way we actually exist live, and we'll just keep it all in because actually, to be honest, if we say things that are probably bang out of order, then hey, it's what you'd have to put up with if your bet is in the pub in the Rose and Crown at Epcot. So
most of it will go over the
For
younger
those that have
kids'
been
heads
in the Rose
anyway.
and Crown Netcot, John, some of us haven't been in the Rose and Crown Netcot.
I don't know.
Hey, that wasn't on their New Year's resolution list, was it?
Right? I know.
Why don't want to go to the UK just to go to UK in Epcot
In
just to go
Epcot.
to a pub?
Because you
They
should.
do a nice
Because
pint of Guinness, and they do a nice pint of
egg.
Strongbow as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but they
That's-
also do bass.
Bash
Yeah,
Shandy.
Bass. Yeah, they do a nice bash as well. Yeah.
Don't they sell
They do
chicken tikka
some
masala
random
too?
cocktails.
Sorry, John. Nice and bass do not go together.
No, they don't. But
No, they
people
don't.
like
In comparison to
cocktails.
Budweiser, yes, they do.
I like a nice pint of Guinness, so it's yeah.
I think
Well,
I'll
strange-
just stay in the
Guinness.
shop and pay $8 for a packet of hobnobs instead.
That's going to be the price in the UK soon, isn't it?
Yeah,
After all the shortage and everything.
Well,
They're going to raise the prices to the UK pavilion prices.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
that's
that's not so bad because we did pay about $15 for 2 Tunnocks wafers and two packets of Golden Wonder crisps.
wow.
Why? Where were you?
Universal.
Why?
Universal at the Harry Potter at the-
shop in King's Cross.
in King's Cross.
Please tell me that was a
Why?
6-pack of crisps.
Did you get?
There's a very nice ice cream shop just outside.
Yes,
Why?
been there too.
Yeah.
Been there
Because
too.
Because we hadn't had any breakfast and we were hungry, and that was the
I could
first
probably
thing
got
that came.
3 butterbeers for that price.
Yeah.
Ouch, that's
I-
painful.
I'd love
Yeah.
to know because it must be one of the few places you can still get Golden Wonder crisps.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere else sells Walkers in the UK.
They're in the pound shop.
Yeah. I love Golden Wonder crisps.
So, if anyone's what part of Waffler's Arms, let us know if you come across a pack of Golden Wonders crisps
Share
in
the
the
picture.
UK.
We'd like to
Oh
know.
yeah,
And the
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, and also the fact Golden Wonder crisps used to be the definite defined
Yes. Yes.
flavors. weren't they? Until Walkers redefined them, because blue used to be salt and
Salt and
vinegar.
vinegar. Yeah.
When I was a kid,
Always salt and vinegar.
Now it's cheese and onion. What is that about?
Green was cheese and onion.
It's just wrong.
Yeah.
It's totally wrong.
Yeah.
But hey,
Well,
that's just show me age.
Golden Wonder's the name of the potato that they use. Fact fans. There you go.
There you go.
Must be one big
There you have
potato.
We do nothing but give
And those
you information.
who are wondering what we're talking about with this Walker's malarkey, Walker's is actually Lay's in the rest of the world.
Yes, it is. Yes, Walkers are on by Lay's. Yeah.
Why are they called Walkers in the UK but Lay's everywhere else? Do we just not
Because
understand?
Walkers is a brand name that we all recognise in Britain.
And they're too lazy to change it.
Yeah.
But the
People are
packaging is virtually the same.
copywriting it.
They've got
It
that
is, yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
It's all the same, Peter, except for the fact we can't get dill pickle crisps in the UK.
Why
And
would
if you're
we
in that
want
state,
it?
That's a good reason.
you can. Oh no, we need dill pickle crisps.
No.
On that happy moment, shall we move on and talk about what's coming in the middle of the month, John? I'm on the dill pickles. I can't cope with that.
Effortlessly. I tell you what I will do though, because actually, if anyone hasn't seen us plug it enough, we have got the Wafflers Arms on Facebook, where you can come and nag us and join and be part of the fun and all of the daft things that you can actually just share a photo with us, be it
dill
sort of
pickles.
wet shoes in a rainy Disney park. Dill pickle crisps always welcome. If you're in the United States and wish to send us some, please do. And on all our socials at GB Mickey Waffle. And I've got to say, middle of the month for January, it's one of them things where when I first started all this social media stuff, I never thought I'd actually get to speak to somebody who we ended up speaking to and shared a waffle with, and a collective hug of complete positivity. She's a former Disney cast member. She was Dory in Finding Nemo the musical, and I think you all know how much a big part of not just my life, my family's life, that has been on all of our trips to Disney. If you want a bit of a background, she is the star of episode 4 on One Day at Disney, which is on Disney Plus still. And she's done so many other amazing acting stuff. 15th of January, it is a show that I still get goosebumps talking about. It was just an absolute delight.
Cool.
To just share some time with somebody who currently is between jobs. And I won't even put it in any better way than that, because I was expecting her to say that she was going to be on to bigger and better things, and she isn't.
Do you know what, John? I cannot
person.
wait for our listeners to listen to this episode, because it was so good to record. And we didn't have that long with her. We only had an hour, and it was one of the hours of my life where I came away energized, excited, and so enthused by just an individual who's had some challenges, but also so many joyful moments to reflect upon. And we all need that now and again. So I just cannot wait for people to hear this particular Shares a Waffle. It's I think it's one of my favourites that we've ever done.
Oh, cool! It was just spine tingling. It really was. And there's some of the things that she's got on her website, some of the things she shared with us, that you will take that positivity forward yourself. And I think you hit the nail on the head there, Claire. It was one of them ones for all that we had a real good giggle with each other. There's a few moments where you really do begin to tear up because it is quite poignant. But moving forward, you're just like, wow, and what a person. And I can't. I'm trying to. You want that get that spoiler alert back on again, Ben, because otherwise we'll tell everyone what's in the show.
What a show we have ready for January as well. Just it'll brighten anyone who listens and watches it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
and you've only got 14 days left to wait.
Yeah.
And
set your reminder.
Do you know something? I might even have got my first Marvel film under the belt by the time that's on.
I hope so.
Too. If you're doing one a week, you need to have got the first two.
I can see this is going to be this. I'm just going to get nagged at that. That's it.
Challenge, John.
Yeah.
So that's 10 years of your life, John.
It's a collective nag. It's from everyone listening and watching as well.
Yep.
Oh, dear me.
All you'll have to do
to moan at John.
is just send us a tweet, a DM, a message on any of our socials, or on our email address, which is waffleon@gbmickeywaffle.com.
Maybe we should
just
start a
ask him
poll.
what is sort of the next film.
Yeah.
Why don't we start a poll? When should John start?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all.
Captain Marvel.
Avengers
Peter,
Assemble.
No, start with Captain
First
America,
Avenger.
First Avenger.
Avengers Assemble.
First Avenger.
Okay.
First
Just
Avenger.
quickly, what was everyone's first Marvel film?
Avengers.
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 Yeah, I think probably Avengers.
How far do you want to go back?
MCU.
So
MCU.
Captain America onwards.
I think it was Captain America.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Let's
is,
put it open
but you
to our
should still start with Captain
and
America.
watchers, and you can give your opinion. We'll do a poll, and you can tell John where to start.
Lovely. I'd appreciate that.
Also,
Rather where to go.
today is the 1st of January. If anyone didn't know, on our final Wafflers Assemble Live, we did announce a few things. And one of them was you can now buy Waffle on t-shirts.
Wow.
Hey.
I can't wait. I can't wait for us to turn up. It's going to be good.
Hang on a minute, Ben.
Yeah.
Where can I buy them from? That's the biggest thing I need to know at this particular moment in
That's
time,
okay.
because I quite like having one of each of those.
Ah. So it'd be redbubble.com/the Great British Mickey Waffle. I'll put all the link in the descriptions, and they'll be on our website as well, and on all our socials as well. I will put them all there.
They look fantastic.
Fabulous.
Yay.
And that's about it. It's the new year. It's January. I better go and dig out that gym membership as well, haven't I? You never know.
You could do both. You need if your gym's got TV screens, you could be at the gym watching a Marvel film.
I reliving last year whilst trying to do this year as well. Enough. Oh, dear.
This is why I never choose exercise as my New Year's resolution.
And
It
John,
doesn't
if we do
happen.
go into another lockdown, you've got no excuse.
Don't even utter
Yes.
those words, Ben.
Oh.
Don't even utter those words. Yeah, Claire and I are still regretting your 2020. Also,
Yeah.
2022 sounds far too much like that.
I blame TikTok for that.
There you go. That's why I'm not going there either.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet.
For everyone who's listened all the way to the end of this, thank you. If you missed out on the spoilers alert, and you just clicked on that little bit now to say you've missed a load of stuff all about how important life is going to be and how many films I am probably having to watch now between now and December to prove that I understand any of this Marvel stuff, because I'm not quite sure if I will. But hey, who knows?
Well, really, you've got till about May-ish to catch up, because that's when the next film's out.
Oh, just May. Oh, that's great.
Just May.
You just made it a lot more
Just to make
challenging.
it more challenging.
I thought 1 a week was going to be hard enough, but hey, there we go.
John, you don't need any sleep, do you, John?
No.
Just stick with the films for now. Once you've got those
sleep,
watched, then you can worry about the TV shows.
Exactly.
Will help.
Anyway, until 15th of January, where we get to share a waffle with Katie Wetzel, until our February show next month. Make sure you catch up with us every single Wednesday for our Wafflers Wednesday on YouTube and on Facebook. There's only one thing left to say. It's waffle on from me.
It's waffle on from me.
Waffle on from me.
Waffle on.
It's waffle on for me.
Happy New Year, everyone.
And waffle on!
Waffle on!
Waffle on.
We'll take a cup of kindness yet for all anxiety.